Hi and welcome to the second video in my independent RPG project. I call this one Proof of Concept. The idea here was basically to come up with exactly what I was going to develop, what techniques I was going to use, and to prove that it was, a reasonable and realistic project. So I decided I was going to stick with a Dungeon Siege, Diablo type perspective. The reason for this is it's easier to develop, mainly because there's less strain on the CPU and GPU because I can constrain the camera to a specific area of the ground rather than seeing the entire world from a first person perspective, and also the media is easier to develop and I can use lower polygon models rather than high quality models that you require in first person shooters. I decided I'd go down the route of using meshes for the landscape that can connect together rather than using a base mesh with a height map. This would give me more variety, allow me to have overhangs, cliff faces, multiple levels, tunnels and caves and things like that. So basically I'd have fewer limitations, but the impact is that it's probably more complex to develop. So the first thing I did was start putting some media together so I could develop this concept scene, and I thought I'd go for a basic forest scene because that'd be quite reasonably complicated to make. Foliage, trees, shadows, all that kind of thing. So I came up with this first scene. I posted it onto the TGC forum and asked for some feedback and suggestions so the guys there could help me develop it and improve upon it. I got some good suggestions, and from that I added fog effects. I started working on texture blending. I worked on having leaves falling from the trees and also better shadowing from the tree canopies. Once I was happy with that, I moved on to playing around with rivers. This time round the TGC community didn't give me quite so much help because I think they got a bit bored of me using all their time and asking for these suggestions, but at that point in time I decided that I'd proved the concept enough. I was happy with the visuals, and although this had all just been bolted together using hacked up code, it proved that I could come up with a nice visually appealing world. Obviously nowhere near the standard of a AAA professional game, but I'm only one guy developing this, so happy with that. I decided I would then move on to working on the level editor. So that's the end of this video, and we'll talk about the level editor next time round.